Here are 5 times where you should not see a chiropractor. Number 1, if you have cancer. If you have cancer, please see your medical specialist, usually going to be an oncologist. Make sure you're following up for care with them. Maybe you can see a chiropractor as a complement to care, but it should never be a replacement for your care. And you should also make sure that whatever kind of cancer you have, they're being particularly conservative with your case. Number 2, thunderclap headaches. If you're someone who has headaches, or maybe you never have headaches, but either way, suddenly you have the worst headache that you've ever experienced. It feels like a bolt of lightning has started in your head. It's excruciatingly painful. And again, even if someone who's had headaches for a long time, but this feels like the worst one you ever had, don't go see a chiropractor, go straight to A&E. It can be a red flag of a more potentially serious medical pathology. Number 3, Cauda-Equina syndrome. If you have Cauda-Equina syndrome, it's where the bottom part of the spinal cord, which is going to be going near your lower back, gets more compressed and the nerves to the area start to be more compressed too. A lot of people may think, based on their symptoms, that they should see a chiropractor or a physio or an osteopath at these times, but really they should be going straight to the medical room. The common symptoms for this would be an imbalance when they're walking. Maybe it feels like they're almost drunk when they're walking, what we call ataxia, and especially if you're losing control of your bowel movements and of your urinary movements. So if you feel like maybe you're more likely to pee yourself, or maybe you have, or that it's hard for you to control going to the bathroom, or even if you have some numbness between the anus and your genitals, anything in this area, any numbness, this would all be potentially signs of CE. Please go straight to A&E. Number 4, if you've just had a car crash. Now, if you have a whiplash, concussion, or a neck injury, then after say weeks or maybe a month or so, it is safe to then go see the chiropractor as long as they're doing enough testing and they're going to be taking x-rays. However, if you've just got into an accident, even if it's not any big broken bones, even maybe you think, oh, I've just got a bit of a sore neck or shoulders, maybe I bumped my head a little bit, that's not the time to go see them. Things need to settle in the body, even if it's unfortunately uncomfortable at that time, before you would go to see a chiropractor. And number 5, lower limb sports injuries. Now, a lot of people, especially other chiropractors, may disagree with me when I say this, but I think that if someone has an injury to their ankles, their knees, potentially even their hips, if it's not involving the spine and the nervous system, but it's really truly in those areas, like say someone's been playing football or maybe playing another sport, I think the best person they should see is a physio, usually in that case. Of course, there are some people, whether it's physios, osteopaths, chiropractors, who may be more specialized in particular types of sports injuries. However, as a general rule, most chiropractors would not be as well trained for these kinds of injuries as a physio, and that's who I would recommend seeing. Were these the reasons or the conditions that you were expecting? If there's anything you think I've missed, drop them down in the comments.